quite straightforward. I've already put some text in a cell, which is how to position text within a cell. And if you see it's centered at the moment, right and left, and also within the middle. And the reason why is these two options here, which are currently flashing with the mouse. If you were to select left, it would be position left. Select right, position right. Select top and left, it's in the top left. Select bottom right, it's in the bottom right. So basically you've got 6 options. The next option is actually this bar here. If you click on that, you've got a few options where you can choose the angle of the text, or alternatively you can go into the text box, right click on the mouse, and where it says format cells, again this will be familiar with you, and if you use this option here you can change the position to say 45 degrees, click OK. Text is now at 45 degrees, but as you can see it's not visible, and the reason why is the actual height of the cell doesn't fit the text. So again, double click on that and it instantly repositions the cell to match the text. Again, if you want to copy that you can do so, and if you want to change all of the text in one go you can do so again. Do it as many times as you like. That's positioning text within a cell. If I was to put information into a cell, you need to make sure that that cell is formatted to accept whatever information I put into the cell. And as default, all of the cells are defaulted to general, okay, which you'll see at the top bar here. And if I was just to type in anything into a cell, such as, I'll type in the word text, if I can spell, it accepts the text that I put into it. If I was typing 20 into the next one, it accepts 20, 20 into the next one, and the difference here is if I type in a date such as 11/01/15, because I've typed it in that particular format, it recognizes it as a format and automatically formats the cell to show. So if I hit enter or return, you'll notice that that cell now is formatted to date. Did it automatically. If I was to type in this cell, notice how it says general at the moment, and I type in exactly the same, 11/01/15, and hit return, and just go back into that cell, it's automatically set to date. Now you can change that to a longer date, and there you go. And the next one, if I was to type in the time, which is currently 01:27, way past my bedtime, and hit return, it shows up the time, which is quite okay, but it's not formatted to time, so you need to go to time and add the seconds. There you go. Now the next one is if you want to put percentages in, if you're doing straightforward percentages, before you actually put the percentage in, if you click on the percentage button first and then type in say 10%, it'll accept it. If you didn't do that, I'll just show you what would happen. If you click on here and type in 10 and then change it to percentage, and then click on the 0 minuses, it won't actually allow you to go to 10, it'll go down to 100, actually 1000. So there you go. So it doesn't work the same. So the easiest way to do is click on this percentage button, so it changes it percentage, and then type in your percentage, and it'll always show the percentage correctly. And in the text button, what I tend to do is I only use text if I'm going to put mobile numbers in, and I'll show you a reason why. If I go to 07974, just make a number up, 555555, and I hit return, what will happen is it'll stay the same, but you'll get a flag in the top left hand corner. There you go. You've got the mobile number showing up with a 0 at the beginning and just a flag on the left. But if I select a cell that has general as a format, it automatically deletes the 0. 07974 555 555. Hit return, you'll see the 0 vanish. There you go. But a little trick, if you go 07974, hit the space button, just put a space between the two, 555 555, hit return, it'll stay. There you go. So you can keep the 0 if the format's set to general, providing that you put a space between the two. If you don't, when it's set to general, what will happen is you'll lose the 0. To stop that from happening, either put the space in or change it to text. Okay, now getting back to currency and accounting. If you select accounting or currency, it'll automatically put a pound sign in front of the figure, and the only difference between the two is you'll see the pound sign changes to a space. So accounting, there you go. So you've got a big space between the pound sign and the number. Okay, now what I've just done is I've just formatted one particular cell. However, if I just remove these a second, if you wanted to continue typing money in, if you notice, it's only formatted to currency on the very top one, purely because anything underneath that is still in general. However, if you click on the top bar where all cells are selected, go to here and change it to currency, then every single cell is set to currency. Okay, again, whatever you put in the top cell, you can do it another way. So if I was to drag that down, it will pull the formula down, and then if you wanted to, you could just go and just delete that information. If you look at the worksheet, if you look down towards the bottom, it'll say sheet 1, 2 and 3, where it says on your workbook. Now that's called a tab. The easiest thing to do is to add additional tabs, which is basically pages, is to click on the plus sign, and as soon as you click on the plus sign, it'll create a new tab. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to print this mock-up of a spreadsheet, just to give you an example of how easy it is to print and what you need to look for. So the first thing we want to do is we want to clone the area that we want to print. So we'll just select that cell on the top left and drag and then release. And all we do is we hold the button down on the mouse and then just release the mouse. So everything within this area is now selected. So the first thing we do is go to File, top left hand corner, look down the left hand side, click on Print, and then the first thing that you need to notice is nothing in here. We'll come to that in a second. You need to look here at the bottom. At the moment it says 1 of 2, which means that the area that you've selected is not visible. So if we just click on that, you'll see that part of the spreadsheet is transferred over to another page, but we actually wanted everything to be on one page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to this area in Settings and click on there, and it says Print Selection. Because we selected the area that we wanted to print, we want to make that visible, so we click on that. It now shows you the selection, but still, if you're not happy with the way it looks, you can change it, and what you can do is you can click on Portrait Orientation and change that to Landscape. You can increase it even further by clicking on the normal margins and reducing it to a smaller narrow margin. All you need to do now is check on the bottom again where it says 1 of 1. It's telling you that you will only be printing one sheet, and it'll basically look like this on an A4. If you're happy with that, then continue to your printer, and if you're in an office environment, you might have to click on that and select one of the many printers that's available. The one I'm using is this one, although it's offline. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I'll click on that printer and then I hit print,